10th, 2025, and Airbnb has released yet another set of rules and regulations that us hosts have to follow. With the new policies, Airbnb may be jeopardizing the way that hosts used to host. And that is exactly why you need to stay up with all the trends and make sure that you are doing everything correctly and within compliance. There are a few key changes that we need to highlight to make sure that you are hosting within compliance and that you are to good standard within Airbnb. Airbnb now requires that every single fee is inputted into the official pricing field. You can't just add the fees in the description anymore. This goes for pet fees, amenity fees, golf cart fees, community fees. It all has to be clearly described so that your guest understands exactly what they're paying for. If these fees are clearly not labeled in your pricing section, then Airbnb considers it undisclosed and you can face some penalties. The second regulation has had hosts up in arms, and that is that you can no longer collect security deposits, you can't collect IDs, and you cannot enforce your guests to sign a rental waiver unless you are using a PMS like Logify. This simply means that your waiver links or your payment links need to all be synced with your PMS. And if you are requesting these items without being integrated to a PMS, then you are at risk of violating Airbnb terms, and ultimately, that's not good for your hosting score. This next one has been in effect for a while now, but Airbnb is really cracking down on the off-platform communication. This includes links to house manuals, payment links, or even direct booking websites. This new policy is all about keeping guests on the Airbnb platform because that is going to create some sort of transparency and safety for the guests. Airbnb is now using AI to monitor all of our messages, which sounds crazy, but they truly are. You can no longer send emails, you can't even say the word Google, it's really hard to send phone numbers, and if you do try, you just get flagged and you keep getting this little alert saying, you can't say that, you can't say that. Are you sure you want to send that? You're in violation. And if you continue to try to send messages that way to multiple guests, your account and your profile can be flagged for review. Airbnb has made it very clear that their new rules and regulations are not just suggestions, but there are consequences if you violate them. Is it really worth having your listing being suspended or at risk of suspension? Honestly, no, especially if you're a host that truly relies on Airbnb for a majority of their bookings. That's why, now more than ever, it is crucial that you get compliant and protected by using a tool like Logify. We have been using Logify for years now, and as you know, we always talk about how great they are, but that is because it helps our business stay ahead of the game. Airbnb released these new rules and regulations on May 10th, and they gave word about it maybe a month prior, and everyone in the host community was truly kind of freaking out. But we were chilling because we already had everything integrated. All of our listings were integrated and we were always in compliance. Logify offers seamless integration with Airbnb, and it helps with your bookings and prevent double bookings, and it also helps with your pricing. The communication features on Logify, it makes it a very safe place for us to communicate with guests, and we are in compliance. And lastly, the pricing, just like Airbnb, has a very specific pricing field, and we are able to literally list out every single fee that a guest may or may not need to pay, and there are no surprises when our guests are booking. And something that is so important as a host, especially as you scale or you buy more and more properties or arbitrage more and more properties, is that with a PMS, you are able to send out a link, and that link could have your rental waiver. Just because you have the rules and regulations in your Airbnb listing does not mean that a guest necessarily sees it or that you can enforce it in a way that you can with a rental waiver agreement. I know we've been talking about Logify for a very long time now, and that's because we've been using their product for a very long time. And Logify honestly keeps us ahead of the trend. Airbnb dropped these new rules and regulations to ultimately protect the guest. Airbnb is not really in the business, in my opinion, to protect hosts all that fairly. They are there to make sure that the guests have one platform to send payments, to send their verifications, to basically make sure that they have control of the situation. Airbnb truly does not want you to leave their platform. And as a guest, thinking about it as a guest, it makes all the sense. If I'm in a new city and I'm staying at an Airbnb and all of a sudden I have an ad for I could book a massage at my Airbnb, I could get the chef to come over, I could have the driver take me to the concert venue, and I could book a private guitar lesson in this new city, I'm probably gonna do it. Because it is 2025, people like convenience. People don't really travel agents anymore. So Airbnb is bringing you everything you need to do in one city into one single place. And it's kind of genius. Airbnb is pumping a lot of money to really try to retain their customer. They're no longer just a place of lodging. They are now getting money from new experiences, from services, to extra amenities that you might be offering as a host. And let me tell you, they're seeing the vision that maybe we're not seeing. So if there's gonna be a lot of money being pumped into Airbnb, well, as a host, that means you probably wanna stay ahead of the game. And that is exactly why you need to stay compliant, and that's why you truly do need a PMS at this time. Even if you just have one property and you didn't think you needed a PMS, well, you should really look into it. Of course, now you're gonna be compliant and you're gonna be staying on top of trends, but it's only an enhancement to your business. And you have exposure to all the other OTAs and a direct booking website. So you can't just rely on Airbnb. And Logify doesn't just connect to Airbnb and to Vrbo and to all the other OTAs, but it also connects you with dozens of other industry partners and vendors that truly help you run your business like a true business. You have your cleaning automations. There's pricing automations. There's so many automations that you can implement. I know we're not even utilizing them all to the max that we could actually utilize them to, but if you really look into it, you could really take your business to the next level. New rules and regulations are definitely scary, especially if you're really only using the Airbnb platform to really just message your guests and do your calendar settings. You're not really going into your listing. But take this as an opportunity to learn about what Airbnb is changing and what you need to do to stay on top of it. So this is the perfect opportunity to really make sure that you're auditing your listing and make sure you are in compliance. Because it would really hurt if you were doing all of these really cool things, you weren't in compliant, and all of a sudden Airbnb shuts you down right before summer 2025. Because let me tell you, they are not taking this lightly. This video was made to inform hosts and really just make sure that everyone is playing by the rules and to make sure everyone is in compliance. Yes, we use Logify. Yes, we love Logify. It's the heart of our company. All of our listings are on there and we really couldn't do it without them. But truly, Airbnb is really shifting things up. And yes, we use the platform every single day. It is now a household name. And honestly, our business thrives because of Airbnb. But we also do love the direct booking aspect. And we only have direct bookings because of our direct booking website with Logify. So we need both softwares and we need to stay in compliance with both of them. Make sure you like and subscribe for more hosting tips. This one is a really confusing topic. There's a lot of different ways you could feel about the new rules and regulations, but regardless about how you feel, it's here and it's here to stay, and it's time to pivot your business.